Hmm. Yeah, once morning call comes, we're gonna go to check our telegrams again, see if anybody's contacted us back, and go from there. Oh shit, he showed up. Oh god, y'all. Howdy. Hey, how are you?
Well, at the funeral, went to a tournament, lost my first round, so could have been better. But I'm here.
Oh, I didn't even know you were still around. I'm so glad to see you.
Glad to see that you are, well, alive at least, my dear.
Yeah, yeah. I'm okay. Just spending some time out here for a bit.
It is good to separate yourself from stressful situations if required.
Yeah.
Yes, the scenery is beautiful, but the animals aren't, so I just got chased by a bear.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that happens too sometimes. Gotta watch for the bears.
Yes, well, I barely got out of there alive.
Well, would you like to have a seat? I know, you got a fancy jacket and all. I don't want it to get dirty or anything.
It's quite alright. Let me just hang these up over here. I can get this bit dirty.
Yeah, I've never actually met with a therapist before, so this is new.
Well, we can go at this at your own pace, my dear. Just go at your own, relaxed. We want to keep this a very safe environment for you.
Right, of course. Um, I guess I wrote something, and maybe I've written a lot of things actually here. I'll just let you skim through some of. Yeah, writing helps me feel a little bit better.
It's good to put your emotions somewhere you can, well, comprehend them or to keep track of them.
Yeah.
Thank you.
hmm You can just, it's a full book, so you don't have to read them all, but it'll just give you a look into, I guess, what I see sometimes. I, um, I don't know what type of questions you have, but I don't even know where to start, honestly.
Well, let's start off with what the most recent issue happens to be.
Okay, okay. I just like my writing I just wrote today. I just kind of said like, the mother tree here, it it said that it gives all things here in Big Valley life and brings it to life, and I just said that sometimes I think I'm the mother tree in human form, you know, because I feel like I'm constantly building others up and caring for them and making sure they're in a happy spirits and um, not losing themselves to the darkness, of course. And I feel like essentially that's what the mother tree also does for nature. It keeps it going, it keeps it safe, and you know. But I asked the mother tree, I said, who who is fueling you? Like, because I just feel sometimes like I'm drained, like I want to give up, like I don't want to help out anybody anymore, or I want to be selfish, you know. And I don't know, I said that I wish I had the strength that the mother tree does, to be able to keep going and have everybody take and take and take and not expect anything in return.
I can understand that, my dear. But with the mother tree, there is something else that, not just by its own, sometimes you have to look beneath. Look to the roots that support it, the ground beneath it, the environment that surrounds it. You just need to find where to put your roots down, my dear. Somewhere that you will be supported. People that will support you. People that won't misuse you or mistreat you or abuse your kindness.
And that's the thing. I feel like I have that, doctor. I feel like I have that. It's just maybe I'm just not vocal about it, and maybe I just need to say something more, but I just don't like feeling like I'm being a burden, or I'm being over dramatic or over emotional. I don't know. I just overthink sometimes, you know.
That can truly be the greatest burden of being human, that we overthink a lot of things.
Hmm.
It can be a terrible curse, but to come back to what you said earlier, people assume that being selfish is a terrible thing, that we should be entirely selfless. I don't think that is the case. I think that we as humans, we deserve those times to treat ourselves, to be selfish for our own needs. Not as some sort of cruel manner to the detriment of other people, but just for the betterment of ourselves. It's good to be
Hmm.
selfless, but not when you are sacrificing every part of yourself for them.
Yeah. I. So just to give a little background, I lived in tribe my whole life. I grew up in a tribe in Barbados, and my tribe was very closed off. We were mostly to ourselves. You know, you didn't really go out and socialize with the people of the city, and you kind of just stayed to the tribe. Um, I got tired of that, and when I felt like I was able to take care of myself, I got on a boat and came to the States and uh, went to Florida at first for a bit and moved on to New York. And I met a guy in New York. He was a monster, though. Um, yeah,
Monster in your book?
yeah, yeah. He is that monster, yes. He taught me a lot, but he also took a lot from me. Um, One, my identity, changing my name and how I look, and um, I had convinced myself, or maybe I was in love with the guy at one point, but I don't know. He had a distorted sense of what he thought love was, and now that I see that, it's just, I just think, what a dumb young girl, to think that this guy ever loved you. But he he was bad, and I had to move on. So, um, but it took a while for that for me. It's not always just easy to leave. He had control over not just me, but everything that I did. He was kind of just like my identity. He held it in his hand. Um, so coming here, it was hard to adjust, and it's still sometimes hard to adjust to being able to live or lead a life that is just all my own, you know? Sometimes it feels like I'm still being pulled by his strings, but I'm not.
Even without their presence, we can still feel their effect upon our conscious. Our routines, our way of thinking, a lot of ticks we pick up from those around us sometimes. It can
Mm.
be difficult to purge them all from mind and body, as we never can. It can be painful to help for those that want to forget certain facts about their life.
Yeah. I just think I come off as confident and like I can take care of myself, but I still find myself depending on others sometimes. And in times like this, like even though there's people around and there's people who care and there's people who love me, I still feel alone, you know?
Well, you are not alone, my dear. I've known you for quite some time and I am always an open ear. You also do have the Grand Corrigan, and since I've seen you there, I think you're good over there. People
Yeah.
there seem to be good to you. Good place of business for you. I remember when you were just a simple barkeeper at the Valentine. And look
Hmm.
at you now. How you've grown.
I know, it's just I found that it's hard for me to make deeper connections with people. Um like for instance, I have Ezra, and me and him have been together for months now. Um but besides him, it's hard to just make a friend, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's hard to just have a deep connection with somebody deep enough to call them friends or family. I don't know why I can't tear down this wall, but it keeps me from growing further within my friendships with other people. I don't know.
Are you perhaps worried that if you were to establish a deeper connection with someone or try to, that things might pan out with the man from New York? Monster?
Maybe. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm just letting my trust get in the way or my trust issues. But I had a friend. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, sorry, you go, my dear, it's all you.
I spoke with my friend yesterday about a situation, um which is funny because I keep dancing around the situation when I know this is a situation that's bringing me pain right now. So like I said, I'm just going to backtrack and um like I said, I've been with Ezra for a few months, and things are great, but sometimes when he gets into these spaces where he's really focused on making something happen or helping somebody out, it just feels like he turns cold to everything around him, including me. So I wouldn't say things are rocky, because that would just be me overthinking things, but um, things haven't really been the same. And I think he's even found maybe a different interests that don't align with mine anymore. And I don't know if that's what's hindering us, or me not being able to make those deep connections. I'm not sure what the reason is, but I had a friend tell me that I need to remind myself that Ezra isn't Silk, who is my my ex. And I said, okay, yeah. I mean, I hear that and I know that, but am I portraying him as the monster in my life? I don't think that I am, but maybe I am.
I know Mr. Thatcher. Spoken to him from time to time, and he seems far from the monster I see in your book and hear from your lips. And I also think that you and Thatcher, I think you need to have a long talk. I know you might be concerned or worried about what may happen. You cannot live in this limbo of what ifs and what nots. Sometimes you have to confront it. Whether you do establish a deeper connection with Mr. Thatcher or not, you can find solace in finding out what it is. Find out where you two may end up. You are still a marvelous young woman, my dear. You have much ahead of you. You are far from the naive young woman that arrived here, grown into a smarter, stronger lady. And I'm sure that if any gentleman close to the monster or him himself approaches you, you will recognize the signs. You will know what to do.
Yeah. I think what holds me back a lot is fear. It's just that it's the control that he still has over me, it's fear. His words, they have penetrated me deeply, and they still hold. I just don't know how to get rid of it.
It can be difficult to confront our fears. With some, we have to confront them directly. At times, we have to remove them entirely from our lives. Some people get by just ignoring them for the entirety of their lives, but it is a paranoid life to live. Other times, we make the fear ourselves. Perhaps that is
Mm,
one way to go about it. Find out what he is scared of. Give him the reason to be scared of you.
yeah.
There's plenty of reasons for that to happen, my dear.
I just, yeah, I hear you. Um,
Only our first session, I'm not going to be able to solve everything.
I know, yeah.
We'll work on it. But if you hear anything of him, let me know immediately.
Yeah, I will. I, um, I haven't seen him since actually before I met Ezra, which is crazy. Um, he came down from New York to find me, I guess, and um, he did found me. He kidnapped me, took me out west, and he forced me to walk back to Valentine without my stuff, without my shoes, and so of course, I made it to Blackwater and collapsed from there. Some nice people took me. back to Valentine. Um, but he, of course, reminded me that I was nothing without him and I'll never be nothing without him. And yeah, it's um, it's just hard to let stuff like that go, you know?
Can be very difficult. Like, we cannot remove it sometimes entirely from our lives, but sometimes we can help manage with it. That's what I'm here to help you with, my dear. To help
Hmm.
you manage it. It'll
And
be a step-by-step process.
yeah, and after that, meeting Ezra was just like a light in the darkness. He was great. He helped me out a lot. He taught me what loving another person was actually supposed to look like. And I'm grateful and thankful for that. And I think he is the one person I've actually genuinely loved. Like I said, maybe I love Silk and I'm not sure. Maybe I would just love the idea of him, but Ezra was different. It felt real. It felt genuine. Um, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to hold on to that. I don't know.
Well, it is good to talk to Mr. Thatcher about this. Have you told him about how you've been feeling, and have you mentioned anything of Silk to him?
He knows about Silk, yeah, and I've told him about. We've had a conversation about me finding it hard to make deeper connections with other people, and he just says I just need to break down the wall and try to put myself out there more, and you know which is true. I do, kind of hold back sometimes. And it's just hard for me.
The first step is the scariest step, my dear.
Yeah.
To go to a salon and see a group of people at the counter and thinking how to approach it can be terrifying. To see an event or people singing songs, and worry that your own voice cannot match theirs. Terrifying.
Hmm.
It's like jumping into a cold pool of water for the first time. You're worried about the feeling of it all, but as soon as you sink into it, feel the water around you calming and cool. Realize you just float along with it. Swim for it. You bask in it.
Hmm.
And you get to enjoy it all. You just have to take the first step.
Yeah.
Start off small. Just one person, perhaps. Maybe two. Help someone at a general store. Help someone that might be some sort of other incident.
Yeah. You see, that's the thing. I can do those things. Those are easy for me. It's easy to help a new person get started and have that, you know, first meeting. That's always easy. It's the meetings after that I struggle with, the small talk and I I just I don't know why that part is so hard. That part should be easy. You've already met the person, right? I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe it's the getting to know me part. I don't know.
I was going to say, are you more worried about what they'll ask of you or what you might find out about them?
I'm thinking is the getting to know me part and getting past that judgment part. Maybe they'll judge me, maybe they won't judge me. Maybe they'll like me, maybe they won't like me. I think that may be what it is.
My dear, there is nothing to judge about you. From what you've told me and from what I've read, You have nothing to be ashamed of. You had someone who abused your trust. Something that you are never at fault for. Or to blame yourself for. They won't look at you with any sort of shame or disgust or concern. They'll only cast their rage and anger towards the man that did it to you. And those who don't share that sentiment, well, they can, and I put this politely, go fuck themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, cat.
You
Ooh,
are
that
good,
interview
my
about to
dear.
come up.
And I'm going to help you make sure you know this.
I appreciate that.
Always here to help.
I hope we can, keep talking, and I think it'll be good for me to do this. It's actually been a while. I was going to do this a long time ago. But I don't know, kept putting it off, I guess.
Well, better late than never, my dear.
Yeah.
Yes, I like the excuse to come here to Big Valley. I don't often come and stay here for too long, perhaps the odd mining expedition.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, his ashes are scattered over here from long ago.
Really?
I was never here for it, but it was long in the past. A fellow doctor. We were to establish our own little office here on the Crossian, independent. He was
Nice.
sick, and he passed. He was. I think he'll be pleased to see me working here so close to where he was put to rest.
Hmm.
Those were good times. And I'm going to continue making those good times here.
Yeah. For sure. This place, I don't know. Here I feel free, and Cass is buried not too far from here as well, and I don't know. Did you ever get the pleasure of meeting Cass, darling?
I believe I had instances of meeting her. I heard about what happened to her.
Yeah. She was a beautiful soul. Someone that should never perish. She I aspire to be like her, you know?
She was a good girl. She did not deserve that shit.
Yeah.
He explained it all to me. But that is another day and another time that I'm going to deal with that issue.
Mm,
One step at a time.
of course. Of course.
Are you just going to stay out here all day then, my dear? Or will you make instances back to Centenary?
um, we actually have a situation going on, which is why I'm out here.
Situation.
Yeah, the boat has been, well, not the boat, but the workers, the staff of the boat have been targets of someone that is very angry with us. So we're trying to keep ourselves safe and trying to stay low.
Someone like who?
Um, I don't know if I can disclose that right now, but it's being handled, and we have a hold on it. It's just patience at this point.
Alright, just don't do anything stupid, my dear.
I won't. I won't.
Good. I don't want to see any more bloodshed amongst those that I know quite well.
For sure. I feel the same way. Um, but yeah, we're trying to keep everybody safe.
This is the best thing you can do, my dear, and I thank you for it.
Yeah, I thank you for coming all the way out here and spending some time with me.
Well, it's a good excuse for me to get out of the dingy parts of Saint Denis or the shit roads of old Valentine.
Yeah, for sure.
Pleasure to hold your company and telegram me when you so wish to have another session.
I will. I don't have much money, but I can give you some.
Oh, for this first session, it is free.
Okay.
First session always is. After that, we can set up some sort of payment plan.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
I'll be seeing you, my dear.
You
Telegram
be
me if you need anything else.
you be safe, okay?
I'm always safe.
That was good. Yeah. I want to go and check my telegrams. Oh, it's my girl. Hold on. Let me check in because yeah. Yes. Oh, she did her interview. Okay. Oh shit. Sorry. That was good. And shit. This is the second person that said that Misty should talk to Ezra.